Please begin, sir.
Okay, sir.
Start.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Tejas, sir. Good afternoon,
So,
everyone.
good afternoon, everyone. I would say good morning, everyone. So, first of all, I would like to thank Parul faculty members for giving me this opportunity to present my own experience and knowledge. And I would like to thank all the students who have joined this webinar. So, this is the webinar about product innovations and new product development. So, before I begin any webinar or any presentation, I generally ask to my audience, how is the Josh? So, this is a one-way webinar. That's what I've been told by uh, Sahil sir. So, moving. I'll just brief you about my experience and my profile. I am basically Bachelor of Automobile Engineer from ADIT SP University, passed out in 2008 year, and then after I have total like 12 plus years of experience. My experience include product design, manufacturing, research and development, and project management. After passing my graduation, I joined like Parul University in PIT Diploma Studies for Automobile Engineering, and then served for 1 year as a faculty of automotive engineering. And then after, I had gained several experiences in few manufacturing industries like General Motors and Bill Metal Industries Limited. Then after, I joined Larsen and Toubro Group. Uh, I hope my voice is audible to all. Hello, Sahil sir.
Yes, sir. It's audible.
Okay. So, out of my 12 plus years of experience, I was on deputation in USA for various esteemed client of Larsen and Toubro for various automotive companies, where I worked as a on-site technical engineer as well as on-site tech lead. In addition to that, I have experience with supplier visits in China and for the business development for the various accounts of L&T Technology Services in Japan. So I'm currently working as a project lead in product design department with L&T Technology Services. I have like more than 10 years spent in Larsen and Toubro Group, currently handling the team of 16 overall engineers and senior engineers. And as I have told, like I have worked variously with various divisions of new product development, manufacturing, as well as I have rich experience with project management and business development. Moving forward, so this is the symbol when our Honorable Prime Minister Sri Narendra Bhai Modi had told on 5th May that Diya Jalao. So our higher management took this photograph of Go Corona Go in this pandemic time, which was like motivation for all employees of Larsen and Toubro Group. And yeah, so going forward. I'll just give you brief about what L&T before starting my product innovations and new product development uh, presentation. I would like to just brief you about what L&T has achieved and what L&T is. So L&T has made the Statue of Unity of India, which is the tallest one in the world, and L&T employed over 3,000 workers and 250 engineers to build this statue, which is world's tallest statue. And they had worked for like four consecutive years and uh, succeeded that project of making India proud by building statue of unity of Sri Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. The next one is L&T built world's largest cricket stadium, that is Motera Stadium in Ahmedabad, and we are proud that we have given this gift to our country by building this world's largest stadium, and which makes India proud. L&T is in various segments, as you know. L&T has many divisions like hydrocarbon, power plant, technology services, as well as plant engineering. L&T is also in the defense segment, and currently L&T has backed the contract from the Indian Army for making their networks, 5G networks, unified networks, and whole spectrum of network by providing the Internet of Things and big data services to the our reputed armed forces. In addition to that, our honorable Defense Minister Sri Rajnath Singh, along with the respected Lieutenant Generals and our chairman, L&T Group of Chairman, A.M. Nayak sir, as you see in this photograph, had after completion of that Vajra tank, which was built by L&T Hajira Group, it was inaugurated, and we are proud that we have our dedicated our services to the armed forces also of the Indian Army. And the next, so now I come to the topic. As you have seen the previous slides, that L&T has made India proud, and L&T has done so many things. But without innovation and without innovative mind, how come is it possible? So everybody wants innovation to get succeed in the business and to grow. So these are the reasons why we need innovation. Like we have very competitive market in the world. So to sustain in this competitive market, to get benefits of the business expansion by introducing the new products, services, solutions. So innovation does not mean that it is only related to the products. It means you can innovate in the services, the solutions you are offering, and you are generating, creating value for money for customers. For just one example, I just give it to you. Whenever I eat sandwiches here, I always remember Manik Chowk Ahmedabad sandwiches, which is like ice cream sandwiches they provide. So that is the innovation in their own product and in their own segment. So the other factors are like to introduce the disruptive business models to capture global market, like Apple and Facebook are doing. Facebook have created a lot of users, as well as Apple has captured the market very rapidly. As you are aware that iPhone is getting launched year by year. Now the iPhone 12 is the latest one, and they are giving the best services, bug-free softwares, as well as easy to update the softwares, anti theft and security applications in their mobile phones. So Apple is the currently, I would say, having the most innovative products in the market. And definitely to if we do everything something new every day, then definitely we would attract more customer, and we would provide valuable services out of the way to the existing customers also. And why innovation is necessary? Because when any entrepreneur is investing money, he expects his employee to give their best, and he expects that his organization would flourish in the future. So how come this possible without innovation? I would say no, because every day you would have to bring something new to the table to not only sustain but also thrive and grow your business. Just make my point clear. I would say currently Google Tesla and Apple are the companies which have innovativeness and creative in their DNA of the company. Why DNA of the company? Because Google, uh, Google's own premises, their policies, and are very employee friendly as well as innovativeness driven. Every day, employees are encouraged to give something new, some new ideas, as well as to explore new things and give the new products and best of their abilities on the table for the benefit of the organization as well as their own professional career and knowledge and growth. As Steve Jobs, you might be knowing Steve Jobs, founder of Apple. So Steve Jobs tells that if you don't innovate or not improving continuously, you will be out of the market. He is right, because live examples are like Kodak cameras. In the past, cameras were having the physical prints, and now you might not have heard. This generation might not have heard the name of the Kodak cameras. Why? Because they are not changing themselves with the disruption in the market. Currently, digital technologies are there, mobile phones, cameras are there. So if they are not changing, then definitely their business is going to suffer, and they would be out of the market. The other example is Nokia. When I remember, I still remember when I was in the first year in college. I asked my father to buy me one Nokia mobile, which was a touchpad mobile, and if you ask today's generation and what is touchpad keypad mobile, many of them might not know. So these are all old technology which were used in the past, and like they are outdating from the market, and old telephones like that. And the day by day technological advancements force companies to innovate, to sustain and grow. So for example, like currently you have heard that artificial intelligence, machine learning, internet of things, 5G networks, big data, autonomous vehicles and digital technologies are the voice of the day. Currently these are the things every company wants to incorporate in their business, and every company wants that these things are the key things to get the success and the growth in the future. I would not completely agree with this, but definitely uh, these are the critical factors. And going forward, this will be the major boom, major requirement in the market, and there will be a lot of opportunities in these segments, like artificial intelligence in every segment. You say like manufacturing segment, then service sectors. For example, in this corona pandemic time, uh, I saw one video in it was from China. I saw that people uh, were very threatened to serve to their patients. Doctors were very fearful. How could they serve in this corona pandemic to their patients? So they had uh, taken the help of automatic robots, which was programmed with the artificial intelligence and machine learning techniques. So what the robots did, that they were serving the food and medicines to their patients, as well as taking their temperatures and recording their voices, and whatever the requirements they were filled in their memory, and conveying the message to the doctors by digital technology. So this is the current market where the all majority of the industries in the world are going towards. At last, there is no option but to innovate in this cutting throat competitive world. There is a lot of competition, and if you want to be in the competition, then you must have to innovate and bring something new to the table every day, and that's the only way to survive and grow in this competitive world. The next is It is composite model of innovation, as I've explained, like market-driven pace, where everyone wants to grow and everyone wants to be success in their own business. So how could they do that? So these are the challenges currently they are having. Market driven pace versus technology progress means market is in the direction of internet of things, artificial intelligence, machine learning, whereas many industries have still not adopted these technologies, so they are fearful that they would be out of the market. So these are the challenges which currently every industry face, not only because they are not adapting new technologies, but also the required skillful people. Many of the industries are facing difficulties to get. So, for example, the uh, artificial intelligence and machine learning people who know the Python language, who are the developers, software developers, full stack developers. Many industries are struggling to get these people with the right skills. So these are the challenges. The other is like dynamics, then solutions and management. Management in terms of like I would say strategy, because currently I see some of the industries have not imbibed the policies of innovation in their culture. So if they have not imbibed this innovation culture, then definitely going forward their business will be in trouble. So how could like innovation could be done and everything that I would like to discuss further on. So for the business, innovation skills and thoughts on tomorrow is required. What you will do tomorrow, what new things you will bring to the table is required. And now, what is innovation? The single word comes to everyone's mind by seeing this. This is something new. This is something different. This is a bicycle which can be used in the flood kind of situations. Just three plastic barrels attached to like bicycle, and you can drive it. It is very lightweight plastic material and tested. So it's like desi technology, and but it is called innovation, innovative, something new, out of the box. So the three pillars of innovation are like competency, strategy, and management. Competency means industry needs to be competent, people should be competent, skills should be there, and experienced as well as new, both mixture should be there in the industry. The strategy, right strategy, begin with the market research to launching the product, and the proper management during every phase from project initiation to the project closure. Next is just curious about new innovations. So I would now share some videos. I hope my screen is visible to every you. Hello.
Yes, sir. Hello.
Okay. So now this is the hotel industry in which there is a robot with the artificial intelligence technology which is serving their customers. This is sorry. This is one example from the hotel industry. I would show you the other one. So this is somewhere in the Dubai where waiters are serving like this. Other I would show you. Virtual reality innovation. This is a robot in the mall, and this is the person who is governing this robot. This is a robot which is made by machine learning and artificial intelligence. The other one is virtual reality. So I would just brief this video. This is like having this person is having goggles in which
Hello.
hello.
Yes, sir.
Sorry for interruption. My data initial data was reached to the limit, so it was out of the data. Now I've just clicked the OK. So I hope I am visible and audible.
Yes, sir. You are audible and you are visible also.
Okay, thank you. So let me share my screen once again. Sorry for the interruption and trouble.
So, okay, sir.
So what I was talking about, I hope this screen is visible.
Yes, sir. It's visible.
Okay. So what I was talking about, the next level of technology of the future. In the USA, uh, there are many people who have own their own jets, private jets. They can fly, and they have their own private planes as well as drones, so they can fly where they want. They need some license for that, and they need private flying license in the USA. So there is one video for the next level of technology. This flying drone. The other one is multi-purpose bicycle. You can use for shopping as well as bicycling. The other one is, this is the most innovative, gym kind of bicycle. Just you have to walk. Bicycle will run. So let me be in the presentation mode. So like innovation distinguishes between a leader and a follower. That's the words of Steve Jobs. So why he is telling this? Because if you have like guts to do something new, to challenge the regular monotonous things, and to challenge your boss and superiors, and if you have guts to bring out of the box ideas to the table, then you are the winner of this 21st century, I would say. In my team, and which I'm handling currently, 16 engineers and senior engineers, I just motivate them to do their best and bring anything and challenge me in technical ideas wherever they want. And if they have good ideas, I would definitely agree with them, and definitely would implement in the organization. So motivation for innovation: movies, books, online sources, YouTube subscriptions. Movies like you might have seen Three Idiots. So in that, like in the last few minutes, there was like one scooter which was used for floor mill, and used as a floor mill, and there was like another for extracting the wool out of sheep by using the bicycle pedal. So you can get the ideas of innovation from the movies, books, as well as internet. So where does innovation comes? Your business, if you are doing, if you are an entrepreneur and having vision, then you can do it by your own, with your partners, with the your customers. Sometimes bring something new which you want to implement. The target groups of subject matter experts can help of the various industries, manufacturing as well as IT industries. Even your own employees, new employees, even newly freshers have some new ideas. You can get the ideas from them, as well as experienced professionals who have been having more than very good experience in this in new product development industry, can bring the something new to the table. And marketing experts who are meeting with the various kind of businesses, clients in the all over the world. So you can get the ideas from them, and the voice of the customer is the main. So innovation process is think out of the box, find a problem. This is the main. Second is the main. What is the problem? Currently, what is the problem? I feel that currently there is a lot of pollution. It's the major problem in India, as well as like roads are not proper, and traffic jam is having the main problem and headache. So these are the problems. So these are, I would not say problem. These are the opportunities if some industries think in this direction. And last, like think innovation. Now, what innovation is like bringing value in terms of money, patentable idea. If you have like something new idea, which could be patentable, new product, which is unusual, new invention, new solution, services, which adds value to customer, as we have seen the video of one hotel in which a robot was serving the food. That is innovation. That is something new. The other one is which we saw the waiters which were doing skating and providing fast service to their clients, which was something new and enjoyable to their customers. So that is innovation. Value for money. Customer feel that they have paid for what they have asked for and they have got more than what they paid for. Means it is value for money. Disruptive technology like autonomous vehicle. Tesla has made the driverless car in the USA and it is running on the road of the US. Uh, so I would say that is innovation, definitely. So why, how these innovation ideas comes in our mind? Active listening. If some subject matter expert or industry expert is giving their precious time, then you have to like gain something out of it, out of them, as well as uh, you have to listen to the people who have the new ideas and good knowledge base. Even constant curiosity is required. If you want to feel that I have something new to do, new to learn every day, so constant curiosity is the major force for this innovation. And constructive criticism. For example, any of my team member comes with the new idea, I would appreciate him, but that idea, suppose I feel it is practically or manufacturing ability wise or something like is difficult or in kind of in terms of money, it is like having major cost impact or something like that, then I would give him my honest feedback that these are the consequences for your ideas. So he would thought more, he would give the more thought process for his idea and give better idea in the future for that idea only. And the other one is to allow oneself to doubt about everything. Means if you are using something, then why this is functioning like this, how is it working, so you have to like know about how it is working, its fundamentals. If you know your product, if you know the things, then definitely innovation can be possible. But for that you have to like challenge every day to yourself. Even when you are taking lectures from your respected faculties, then you should have some curiosity that can't be like this, can't be like this, more new things can be implemented in this. You should have questions and you should ask to your like knowledgeable faculty. So that is the way for the innovations. So innovation drivers, as I have explained, increasing competition, increasing globalization, increasing customer expectations, and technology is advancing. So that is innovation drivers. So this is one project which we did in our organization, which was like initially there is a small car of Tata Nano, one Piaggio, and small tractor. So what if we make all three in one? We get the power of tractor, then this carriage, this luggage carrying capacity of this goods carrying capacity, and also sitting capacity, four people sitting capacity. All these three things in one, if we make it, then what? So we had worked with client and made this three in one, which is used for family business and which is powerful. powerful like small tractor in terms of engine horsepower and goods carrying capacity. So this is a four-seater and multi-role vehicle for multi-role people. So if someone wants to deliver the goods to their clients, they can deliver the goods. If someone wants to use that uh, as a like powerful vehicle, they can use it. Even someone wants to ride with family, four people family, then they can ride it also. For this, what initially we had done was competitive benchmarking. This is the primary step for like any going for any new innovation. You must know about the existing products. For example, Tata Nano, what are the things they are providing? This all things they are providing. Piaggio, what are the bodies they have? Like metallic body, but metallic body is like having more weight, heavy. So I would say plastic would be lighter than that. Then fuel system, it is having the lowest capacity because of their weight and metallic body. And in the Tata Nano, that is exposed. It is exposed from the bottom, so ground clearance is very less in Tata Nano. But if we put plastic material and change the layout of the like changing layout means increasing the ground clearance and like making the vehicle uh, having more robust, then we can use it. So these are the factors which we need to identify from the existing vehicles, and then after we need to brainstorm with our team what things, new things could be implemented, which could be cost effective as well as new, reduced in weight and having more capacity, weight carrying capacity. So these all things need to be taken care while when you are implementing some new project for like new product and implementing innovation. So initially we had this roll cage structure design, and we had like several times we had changed its roll cage structure design, and after that finalized it, and then we had decided the installation sequence of the various components in this vehicle. The next is these are the components which we had decided that these components will require for the complete vehicle, and for that we had decided their material tactfully so that its weight does not increase, because if weight increases then it will impact its fuel efficiency, uh, as well as the many other like if you're transporting the vehicle then you would have like more cost. So all these factors you need to taken into consideration when designing some new product or new vehicle, and not necessary that this means that all things should be from plastic. No, some many outer things needs to be from metal. Yes, because when some collision or impact occurs, then metal would be like beneficial uh, in terms of protection. So for this one we had like mold flow analysis software, and we had analyzed it using the plastic mold flow for better design. The next is we had like several concept sketches, and then after produce the final product, and we had design review, prototype, and then suggesting that gate location for better moldability and plastic injection product. So for the better injection molding, many of you might be aware that that gate location is very much important, and this mold flow analysis suggests that where should be the gates and risers, where should the mold be flown, and the directions of it, everything. And this is the final tooling and production. After that some correction happened for the like tabs, mounting tabs, and then we had delivered the final product. So to begin with the concept sketches, just rough sketches, whatever in your minds, you have the space given, and in that space you have to provide your ideas. So whatever crazy ideas you have, just put on the table, then after it will be modified. Like that, this is the beginning of the new product development. So these are the differences of between Tata Nano, Piaggio, and the vehicle which we designed. Moving forward, so what initially how we started this project, we were having the brainstorming group meeting, uh, meeting with the different design ideas, then also suppliers if we have some ideas, but we should be aware that if I would design this plastic product, what would be the supplier for it, and how much will it be cost. So all these things you need to take into consideration while designing. Main the supplier availability, the possibility, ease of manufacturing, ease of assembly. For example, you have assembled something in your vehicle, but if the assembly person is not able to make it, like disassemble it, and not able to get the part out of the assembly, and it is, if it is very difficult for the assembly line and it's time consuming, then I would say your design is not worth. You should take into consideration design for manufacturability, design for assembly, and ease of manufacturability. Then your idea should be practical and cost effective, as well as something new feature. You have to think about what new things from existing you can design. So we were internally having discussions, and internally many ideas were rejected. And then after we had another brainstorming session, and uh, we were able to save the weight and cost also. So now moving to the new product development. So why new product development? Currently, new product development have like many challenges. Product economies, global competition. For example, iPhone is launching every year their new models, so competition is very tight in their segment. Even many companies like Maruti, Tata are launching like new vehicles every year. So in that automobile segment, even electric vehicles are now getting into the market on the roads. You can see the electric vehicles. So going forward, people will think in that direction: electric vehicles, autonomous vehicles, then how to bring more convenient to the end customer. So all these things are the drivers for the new product development. And obviously time pressure, because if you are thinking something and that's in your mind only, then someone else will make it and launch it in the market. So definitely you have to be agile for launching it into the time. So that's the time pressure. And trade-offs means like what value you get. If you are doing business, definitely you will think about money, what money you get out of it. So that's the main things, product economies. So this is the new product development process. Voice of customer, what end customer wants. For example, in the Indian market, what how Tata Nano was launched, how he had thought that Tata Nano is required. They had idea that common people have low budget generally, and many youngsters are bachelors, so they don't want like more space or something like that. So he had like idea that to launch Tata Nano, which is compact and very cheap in terms of money, and compared to other vehicles, it's very cheap. And even small family and who is not financially stable can, common man can easily buy it. So he launched it. So that is how he come to that idea, from the market research, voice of the customer, voice of the customer means he have thoroughly searched that what general public wants, what people want. So that is the first stage before you start your any new product development process. The other one is define. Now define your once you know that you have to build the Tata Nano, but how? So you have to define the strategies, define the things from project initiation to the project closure. So from how much manpower you will want, then what would be the material, what would be the cost, how would be the design, what would be the size and everything, and what would be the features needs to be included. Everything you need to decide, define. So project should be specific, defined. Then after you can start it and go to the next stage, which is development stage. Now the development stage has like concept design, rough sketches in the available like sizes, whatever new ideas, whatever new features you want to implement. You have to create one document for that, whatever features you want, whether it is feasible. How about their suppliers? If I would be able to get their suppliers, you need to be in contact with your supplier identification team, sourcing team. Is this material available in India? No. Why? Then what should be the alternative? I would have to go to China for that, or like some other country for that, getting cheaper material, raw material for the mass manufacturing. Then like different stages are there: validation, launch, and close out. So new product development begins with idea generation, idea screening. Idea screening is very much important. Many people have new idea, but you don't know which idea is suitable and correct to your industry. So within your industry, whatever in industry you are working with, uh, you have to screen your best possible idea in the benefit of your organization in the global competitive market. Then after concept development stage, business strategy development means how you are going to make it in the market within few years, or like within few months of time before anyone your competitor launches that product. So all these things should be included in the business strategy development. Manpower consideration, then your business means end customer, how you will launch your product with advertisement and everything, whatever marketing relationship, brand communications, all these things you need to decide here at business strategy development. Then comes to product development. Then once the product is developed, then you have to taste it, taste the product, and internal tastings as well as external audits as certifications you need to take necessary here. And then after commercialization of the prototypes, then introduction of the product at last in the market. So these are the various stage gates in which uh, new product development can be done. Like competitor product study, we need to study the competitor product so that we can have idea about what in our product we can do the things, gather missing inputs if any. Then tear down analysis means, tear down means you have to just if you are getting one competitor product, for example one small car, then just you have to dismantle all the things and study about the components, and whatever components you want and you want to modify it in your own way, then you need to think and make a document for it first of all. So all these things come to the first feasibility phase. So you have to think, if you are making something, whether it is feasible to make, means is it possible that will it be possible to manufacture or not. All these things you need to think on in this feasibility phase. Benchmarking study on competitor product. Benchmarking study means what features competitors product have which people like and which people generally boast about. For example, you might have seen very reviews of end customer in the Amazon, Facebook, as well as other portals of the internet. Those are the voice of customer that someone wants, like The leg space in Honda Amaze is very good. So you have to think that is a good feature. And the other one thinks that sunroof is very good in some car. The other one wants the space of the luggage should be more. So those all the things you need to consider while you are starting the new product development. And then after requirement phase, technical solutions, concepts development, what would be tentative cost, means just you have idea if you are like making this and ordering something, then your supplier team, purchase team would be able to give you rough cost of the best possible suppliers, and quotation also they can get you for that. In this requirement phase, you have to collect the requirements about the money and the idea of your concepts, and then after you have to develop the concepts, bring the technical solutions, and you have to specify your product. Then in the design phase, once you have sketched rough concepts, then you have to refining your concepts and making making design calculations. For example, if you are designing something, you should be aware. For example, plastic part. If you are designing plastic part, then what are the factors you need to consider? So its moldability, its draft angles, whether it would be able to out of the mold or not, and many other factors like its fillets, like radiuses, and it should not have any burrs, and all these things needs to be considered. It should be robust design and easy to build and something innovative. So and then after once you design and define your concepts to manufacturing wise possible, then you have to do the analysis, FE analysis. You have to make sure that your product does not get break or vibration does not occur in your product whenever you design something. Then after design, failure mode and effective analysis. For example, if you design this mouse, but if I like drop it here and if it breaks, then what is the meaning of making this mouse, correct? So you have to think all these things. Just this is just an example. Means you have to think just like this. Whatever the things you make, it should have be like gone through the whole DFMEA process. It's a like long process. I would not discuss in much about this. Then design for manufacturing and assembly review, whether it is manufacturable and assembly is easy or not. Then tolerance stack up analysis. Then you have to create the design and drawing and finalize the manufacturing. Then the development phase is proto development. Then you have to make bill of material. Bill of material means what are the list of components you have used in your design. And then product testing phase, system testing, prototype testing, validation testing. Once prototype is tested, then you have to validate it, and then acceptance is the last criteria, which is done by the client. So just to start, and this project initiation this is the like core engineering processes. Start of the project initiation, getting the requirements, concepts, engineering design, proto development, testing, and the closure and release of the product. So now I think I'm done with this. Thank you. So now question and answers are most welcome. Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so now I think 5 minutes are remaining, correct?
Yes, sir. Yes.
So now, yeah, questions and answers are most welcome.
Okay.
Uh, Thank you, Tejas sir. Such a wonderful session
Sure,
related
Sajas.
to product innovation and new product development. You have explanation with such a many example nowadays, like artificial intelligence technology, competitive benchmarking, with example of nano car, Tata nano car, and related to new product development of various steps like idea generation, idea screening, concept development, strategist development, product development, and test of marketing and commerciality. Such a wonderful session nowadays. Thanks a lot once again, sir. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, sir. Thanks for all the audience for your valuable time. Just questions and answers are most welcome. I would be more than happy to answer your questions. And if I don't know something, I would learn from you.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, there is just only one question from one student.
Okay.
Uh, he is asking that regarding his career after diploma studies. So, in what way he built the career in this product development,
Okay.
or we can say the designing?
Okay.
Actually,
So
okay.
I would suggest that first of all, if you want to develop your career in the product development field, then you should be aware about how these products are made in the softwares, how the analysis is done. So I would suggest that to learn some design softwares like Creo, SolidWorks, Unigraphics, Katia. So these softwares are very useful for each and every product design in the market. And I would definitely say that start beginning with learning these softwares. And if you want to do the class, just join the class and learn about these softwares. That would help you to start your career in the design engineering field.
Okay, sir. Okay. So once again, thank you so much, sir, for your valuable time.
Sure, Sahil sir.
Very informative session, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thanks for giving me opportunity. Thanks all faculty members, respected Shailesh sir, respected Sahil sir, Dr. Ruchi Srivastav, madam, and all the students and all the faculty members, all the staff members. Uh, I would like to say thank you. Thank you so much for giving me opportunity to share my knowledge and experience with you guys. And I would be more than happy to share more knowledge in future. And thank you. Thanks for your valuable time.
Thanks, Tejas sir, once again. Thank you very much.
Sure, sure, sir.